So if you follow any of my shit, my name's Dane Pop for Brie. I have this dramatically disabled for disability and chronic illness related shit. And then Friend of Jim's for trans protection, allies helping trans, etc. Anybody helping trans doesn't matter because people are assholes. And then I have Friend of Jane's for abortion, but I don't have a TikTok for that yet. Anyways, I want to quote the inspiration for Friend of Jim's. Vico Ortiz, who their character Jim Jimenez is what it's named after. They did a wonderful article, one more an interview, and they said they wished in every facet of filmmaking, television making, all that shit, that it wasn't, oh, let us get, one black guy, one Asian guy, one white guy. Well, it's always more than one white guy. We all know this. And, maybe one queer and, I don't know, some kid in a wheelchair. There, we're good. They're like, they seem to have, without citing it, agreed with Taika Waititi, who's also on that show, where he said, representation is not just putting like one of every group in a show and then like giving the mic to the white guy. Representation is actually, gee, let's do a show about, say, disabled people as like a sitcom or whatever and not be assholes about it. Or a sitcom with a family who's Asian and not be assholes about it. And that's representation. And Vico's comments seem to echo that because they said, and I'm paraphrasing here, so sorry, Poppy, if I say any of it wrong. They said, I wish that we had more representation in front of and behind the camera. I wish we had more queer writers, disabled writers, people of color writers, etc., etc. And I agree with that too, very strongly. But let's be honest, strictly here at Dramatically Disabled, I mean, the others are extremely correct, but let's just focus on the one that never gets any attention or sympathy, disabled. Because even if my daddy was some, I don't know, important agent and I was sent to do an internship, there's no way they'd even put up with me because they'd say, oh, gee, you literally can't move today? Bootstraps, fired. So I, on Disability Pride Month, would love to call out Hollywood, etc., not just Hollywood, but especially Hollywood, to remember us for fuck's sake. Here in America, I can think of shows with Asian people, and that's been a real long time coming, so do not misunderstand me. Everywhere All at Once, the one sitcom that was canceled because the lady was kind of a bitch about it. And you're starting to see more Asian characters and not necessarily Asian set shows. And that's nice too. I really enjoy that. Indigenous, we got Res Dogs, and again, repeat. Queer, we got a lot of shows for once, and that's really only in the last 10 years. So I'm not going to pretend that that's always been, because it hasn't. But, it's verse 10 years ago, it's much more common for a show to have trans character, non-binary character, etc. And again, in all these facets, finally, all these people are actually as they're represented. We don't have an asshole white guy in blackface, etc. And we finally got more black rep too on TV. Actual black people, not blackface assholes. So, I mean, okay, now go disability. Our Flag Means Death, which that show is from, did a wonderful job of representing disability. Lucius loses a finger, he has a wooden finger. Izzy loses a toe at the end, but we don't know how he deals with it. There's Spanish Jackie has a wooden hand. And Evelyn, my favorite, is missing an eye because of her kitty Ned. But as none of those people actually have those disabilities. Now, am I mad about that? No, but only because I can't think of any other show that even bothers to have disability rep, can you? I mean, I'm sure there's maybe some indie movie out there or something, but I cannot think of a television show at all where they actually have even disability rep, let alone played by a disabled person. And if you want to get even farther in the mud, I cannot think, especially of any TV or film about a chronically ill person, i.e., somebody with like fibromyalgia. So, I mean, I can think of some tasteless jokes about IBS, but the characters are. It's never explored beyond those tasteless jokes. It's never like a thing the character actually deals with. So, yeah. Step it up, Hollywood. Maybe if you didn't make all your underline workers, below the line workers fear being fired, you'd have some disabled people.